Good afternoon and happy Sunday. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the video. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe on your way in. I would really appreciate that. So, dark times teach you a lot. That's why you can't regret what you went through, but rather be thankful for all the lessons it taught you. Yeah, it's just some things to remember or like keep in mind when you're going through it or, going through tough times in life because, at some point we all go through them and for the most part figure out a way to maneuver around it, navigate through it, and then be able to keep going. So, but one of the things I would say is like even bad times end. Everything ends, but whether it's good or bad, it doesn't last forever. So if a situation is like bothering you, it's gonna seem like it's never gonna end, and it's kind of like a subjective and it's like a distorted perception. When you look at it, and but nevertheless, it's like even the worst kind of situations, they do end at some point. So just keep that in mind. It's not always going to be a cloudy day, a stormy day, or whatever. Um, you know, it's part of life, but just know that you'll be able to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So, another way to like address, that like a bad situation is never going to end is thinking about similar situations that you probably went through in the past and that you was able to successfully overcome. You can find the precedent nearly every time. If you think hard enough, and when you do something like that, it pretty much acts as like a reminder of like your ability to be able to handle those challenges, obstacles, things like that, and just get past them. And another thing to keep in mind is that it happens to the best of us, um, especially like if you're facing, you know, hardship or something like that. Our mind is gonna kind of trick us into thinking that this only happens to us. Other people don't go through the kind of difficulties that we go through and stuff like that. It almost seems like the universe is plotting against us and wants to hurt us. But what's true is that it's like you're aware of your troubles, you know, um, which makes it seem like they got it much better than you. So just remember that, like whatever happens to you, in the same form or related one, it happens to almost everybody. And then of course, it's a learning experience too. Um, most learning in life comes from trial and error, as you all know. And when things aren't going the way you want them to go, the best thing you can do is like try to have like an understanding as to why this is happening, and then learn from it. It's really by learning and applying that learning that you'll eventually turn those things around. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help either, especially going through hard times. It's good to remember that there's people in your life that you can rely on for help, even if you're not the most social person in the world, or you don't have a lot of friends, a big family. There's still people in your life that you can rely on, or at least ask for help or something like that. So just knowing that it's available, is a good thing. And then, of course, there's a lot to be grateful for. Um, like some things might not be going well. That's less than ideal, but if you think about it, there's still a lot of things that's going on in your life, and there's a lot to be grateful for. You already know what I'm grateful for already, so there's no need to really like divulge into that because I've said it on like numerous occasions. You know what I mean? So, um, but just look at it like this. It's like, when you're going through those tough times, just um, think about it for a second and start noticing things to be grateful for. It can actually change your perspective too, and then you'll realize that things aren't that bad after all, and the troubles and all through all of that, life is worth appreciating. So just to keep that in mind, and I do have to thank everybody for tuning in. I just wanted to give my synopsis on this, and I'll just leave some last words in regards to this here. And so, a lot of times we're confronted with a tough situation and stuff like that, right? So, kind of like how I touched on it a little bit before, and then maybe in my other videos too. But it's kind of like a reminder that It's not always going to be cloudy. It's not always going to be stormy. Um, it's good to try to maintain a good mindset. It's important because it's going to allow you to, stay upbeat and be able to persist through that hardship, and then eventually, you know, um, you'll be able to turn that situation around. So just continue to, do what you're doing. Don't allow for anything to come in between what you're doing. Uh, don't allow for anything to hinder your progress. You're gonna definitely go through a lot of roadblocks and stuff like that, but there's ways to maneuver around it. And then, even like with those roadblocks and things like that, maybe it's a blessing in a sense. Maybe it's keeping you from something that you shouldn't be doing, or if that makes any sense. But I do have to thank everybody for tuning in. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, continue to stay safe, stay hydrated, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. Y'all have a good one.